What I would like to do now is demonstrate a couple of practices for you, simple things that you can pick up very quickly and easily and use for yourself in your daily life. The fundamental practice of yoga meditation is becoming aware of and controlling your breathing. And the first two techniques that I use to do this, and I use these every day, this is how I begin my yoga meditation practice every single day, is first with what I call, or what is widely known as Cooper's posture. This was a posture that was developed by a man named Wayne Cooper back in the 60s. He was an early pioneer researcher in the field of neuroscience. And he found that by sitting in this posture and regulating your breathing, it had really powerful benefits of stress reduction and relaxation. It stimulated what was identified later as the relaxation response in our bodies. And it also seems to have the effect of balancing the interaction between the two hemispheres of our brain. Typically, we rely or are dominant with one hemisphere of our brain more than the other, either right or left-brained. And when we sit in this posture and do this breathing, it seems to balance the activity between those two hemispheres of our brain, which then increases our conscious awareness of our entire body and life. So here's how you do Wayne's. So here's how you do Cooper's posture. Place your hands in front of you like this, and this is done sitting in a chair. So you place your hands like this, and then you cross them over like this, and then you bring them into your chest like this. Now, for those of you who have elbow or shoulder injuries, or if this causes any kind of discomfort, you can just simply hold your hands like this, crossed over your heart. Okay? And at the same time, sitting in your chair, cross your ankles and hold them like that. So here we go like this. And then the idea is you breathe in slowly through your nose, hold the breath, and then release it gently through your mouth. And what I do is I typically count to 3 on the in-breath, and then I hold for a 3 count, and then I release on a 6 count. So it looks like this. Go. Okay, I won't continue that. I usually, typically will do 6 breaths like that. You may notice as you do this that your body automatically kind of slips into a sort of a very gentle back and forth rocking. As you inflate your lungs, you tend to rock back, and then as you exhale and your lungs deflate, you tend to rock forward. This is very soothing. It's a very gentle experience, and almost everybody that I've taught this to tells me that they feel very relaxed and peaceful when they do this. And I think there are a couple of reasons for that. One, because you've stimulated your relaxation response in your body through deep, slow breaths. That's demonstrated over and over again that that's an effective technique for relaxation. You've crossed over and stimulated the communication between the left and right hemispheres of your brain. And that tends to put you in a more relaxed state, and your brain tends to produce more alpha waves when you do that. And the third thing is, I think, now this is just my theory, but the physiology of it is, if you notice when you're in this posture with your ankles crossed and your arms crossed, and you're kind of rocking back and forth a little bit, it sort of mimics the fetal position. And for most people, being in the womb was the safest experience they've ever had in this world. And so it takes you back to that warm, nurturing, safe, comfortable place. There are those of us who've had in utero trauma, and it may not do it for them. It may not be the same for them. But for most of us, the womb was the safest, warmest, most comfortable place. So that helps you relax deeply. And when you've completed that one, then I move into a breathing pattern which is called alternate nostril breathing, which again goes even further in getting the right and left hemispheres of your brain to communicate with each other. And this is essentially how the technique works. I'm going to take off my glasses to demonstrate this. Cross your arms and then take your middle finger and place it where your third eye is. And then as you inhale, after your first inhale, you plug one nostril, hold for 3 counts, and then exhale. And then inhale again, and then reverse. Plug the other nostril, hold for 3 counts, and then breathe out. Same 3 counts in, hold for 3, and then out for 6. So it looks like this. So I inhale, switch, hold for 3 counts, exhale. Then inhale, switch, hold for 3 counts, exhale. Inhale, hold for 3 counts, exhale. The yogis teach that there are 3 channels through which this universal energy flows into and through our bodies. The main one is the spine. It's called the Sushumna, or the pathway to God, and that's essentially correlates or corresponds to your spinal column. And then on either side of that are 2 different channels, and when you plug the nostril on the left side, then that directs the flow of energy through the right channel. And then when you plug the nostril on the right side, it directs the flow of energy through that left channel. And again, we have the process of balancing the flow of energy in your body, in your mind, stimulating the communication between the right and left hemispheres of the brain, and achieving that state of deep relaxation and balance, stimulating your brain to produce more alpha waves. Again, a very important part of that deep relaxation.